here to get coronavirus.
Yeah, so we're in Bellingham at the boat, obviously, and my parents, Jim and Patty, are here to help me build a nice shed over top of the boat so that I can do some sandblasting and hand sanding and welding outside. And we're gonna see how this goes, and you're along for the ride.
Woohoo! Hang on.
Well, I apologize about yesterday. My camera died and we didn't get the shot of the shed going up, but you can see this is the idea. It slopes up and covers both sides of the boat, and I'll sand and sandblast about 4 feet of the boat at a time, and then just push the structure down a little ways and do again. And yeah, it's going to be a little more time consuming than having an entire building to work in, but this is a lot more manageable and it costs me a lot less money, and it's easier to secure down to the ground. So today we're going to try and get the engine out. Everything is prepped. I've got everything disconnected. All the motor mounts are loose. My dad's just working on building a little support gantry system to use as the hoisting point on deck to lift the engine up out of the hold. So yeah, let's see how that's going. I get the inside sandblasted and painted under the engine, and then this will go back in place. So not too big of a deal, but you saw the video, it was a little bit of a deal. And behind me, the tarps are the building that's going to protect the pressure washer spray and the sand from getting out when I sandblast the deck here. So we're good to go. Mom and Dad did a great job and helped me out a ton, as always. So thanks. The time has come to try and lower the centerboard, and to help, my dad has got me this massive pipe wrench. Yeah, it's 48 inches long, so yeah, it's almost, I don't know, 3/4 of my height. So this should do the trick. Yeah, let me get the camera re-angled and we'll give it a try. Okay, so to remind everyone why I have to do this, these little pipe things here go all the way through. It's a metal pin that sandwiches the centerboard so that it doesn't wiggle back and forth inside of this box while you're sailing. So those are stuck against the side of the centerboard. And someone made these little hexagonal blocks here. Oh, you might not be able to see that one. It's like a hex bolt on the end of here, but it's held in by 2 bolts this way only. And trying to turn it, I snapped off one of those bolts already. So I can't use this to undo it. I have only this round pipe to grab onto to undo this. And nothing I tried has been able to get it loose. So I did saturate it with PB Blaster, that didn't work. Even when I had the hex bolts, that didn't work. And I have resaturated it with Aerocroil. I don't know what that is, Aerocroil. Someone suggested to my dad that we use that. And if that's not enough, then I have a torch and I'm going to apply heat, which almost always is the real solution. With metal parts anyway. So get this guy fitted down to the right size. Alright, here we go. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Of course, I'm standing over a bunch of puddles of water, so if this wrench slips, we're going to have a wet day. Alright. Sledgehammer. Still stuck. It's time to get out the torch. Well, actually, the collar of this is wiggling back and forth. That's interesting. Oh, just because it wiggles on the bolt. So, yeah, it's actually the pipe inside the metal pin inside must be seized to the sleeve. So, we get out the torch. believe that did anything. It's a massive pipe, so it's really hard to heat that much metal. Obviously, it can hold my entire weight easily. Oh, there we go. Heat. Heat is usually the answer. Unless I just sheared off the other bolt, which may be a possibility. Let's find out. Greased enough, you'd think it would never seize up, but somewhere it wasn't greased well enough. Turned, I think. The two sheared off bolts are kind of straight up and down, so let me try again. Yeah, so it's turning now, but the only thing that pulled it out was the threads on that cap, so I don't know if turning it means it's gonna come out or not. Alright, I got 3 of the 4 pins removed. Well, 2 of them are loose in there. I couldn't remove them because the faces of them sheared off, and then there's only a solid bar of steel with nothing to really grab onto, but I got them to spin so they're not rusted to the centerboard. The fourth one won't budge. My dad and I both stood on the end of that pipe wrench, couldn't get it to budge. So I'm just letting the torch go to town on it right now. I'm gonna try using this jack to lift the centerboard just a touch and then see if it'll come back down on its own. That looks like something. Crank, 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 crank. Oh, pump, 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 pump. Okay, so the centerboard did push up in there, which is a good sign. It means it's not totally seized in place. We're gonna see if it follows the jack all the way down or not. And then if it does, I don't know how I'm gonna get my jack out of here, but we'll figure that out later. And there's the answer I didn't want to see is no, it's not following the jack down. So it's stuck in there for some other reason. Which is okay, I have to take the top of that centerboard box off anyway. And when I do that, I'll have full access to see what might be jamming it up. And also I'll have access to put pry bars in or to put boards in and hammer on them to get this to fall down out of here. So it's not ideal, but we're getting closer anyway.